Okay, so I just got done making the other video, right? I had to make sure that it worked and everything. Hey, did you guys know I got 2 new piercings right there? I want to get an industrial bar on this side. What do you guys think? You know, I thought about piercing. Which eyebrow is it? This one? No, not this one, because this is the only one I can raise. I can't raise this eyebrow. So I was going to pierce this one so it'd be stationary. Or whatever. I don't really know. The whole reason you guys clicked on this video is because I'm talking about paranormal activity. And I'm talking about the movie. I'm talking about All Day, Every Day here at where I reside at this house. And I'm sorry the heat's on. It'll cut off in just a second. So the curtain moving around behind me is not ghost. It's just the shower curtain. And I'm in the bathroom because it's where the best lighting is. Because if I was in my room, this video would be totally grainy. Which it's already grainy now, but still. So, now let me tell you the other things that's been going on. Well, I'd say one of the top things that's been happening a lot, me and my mom has both agreed on it because we both hear it. And the reason she, which I told in the last video prior to this one, which is kind of like part 1, that I think my mom's a sensitive. She is sensitive to this type of paranormal stuff. She just does not, period, like talking about it. But I do, because I think it's incredibly fascinating how there's like people walking around and we don't even know it. You know what I mean? Some people that creeps out. Me, I think it is so fascinating. You don't even know. So, and two, I totally made my mom promise me. I said, Mama, I love you and everything like that, but I want you to promise me that when you die, if you're still here on earth, you have to give me a sign. So she has promised me and promised me and promised me and promised me. So you know how some ghosts can't move on, or the spirit can't move on until they like finish their unfinished business or something. So I totally hope I get a sign. But anyways, moving on past all that. Well, I had told Mama something like I was here by myself or something like that. Now this was like probably a month ago, and I was here alone, and I kept hearing something like men were talking. Like I heard 2 men talking, and that was really freaky because I don't like hearing somebody in the house when I'm here by myself, because yeah, it kind of freaks me out. Like I don't want to get like raped or murdered or anything like that. So I'm like, what in the heck is that? And see, I'm quite, excuse me for saying so, but I'm kind of ballsy. Like I will just go and see what it is. Like if somebody's going to come in my house, I'm not going to run and hide. I'm going to meet them face to face, because look, either they're going to hunt me down in the house and kill me, or I'm going to die defending what's mine, because it is mine, So I'll go and I'll investigate and see what it is, and basically confront my fear face to face. So I go and I look, and I didn't find anything. And then as soon as I go back in my room, I heard it again. I'm like, what in the heck is going on, man? I hear something. So I finally find that the conversation where I'm hearing 2 men talking is coming from my mom's room. And I'm like, what? That is like weird, man. And I hope you guys can hear me. I'm sorry if I'm talking really low, but I'm like, what? That is weird, man. So every time I go into her room, it stops. And I'm like, okay, that's really weird. So I go out the back door and I go around the house. I'm like, okay, maybe it's the landlord. Maybe they're like gonna fix the fence, or there's no fence need to be fixed, but like maybe he's gonna do some work outside. I don't know. Nobody's around at all. Then I go back in the house and I walk the house again just to make sure there's nobody in the house, because I'm like paranoid. I'm paranoid like that. There's nothing to be found. So when my mom gets home, her and Marty get here or whatever happens, I'm like, so Mom, let me ask you a question. I was here by myself today and I heard something in your room. She's like, what do you mean you heard something? And I'm like, well, I said, I keep hearing like people talking, like 2 men talking, like they're on the phone or just talking. And it's driving me crazy. I'm like, did you have something in your room that goes off and talks in the closet, or like, what is it? She's like, no. She just like look like straight face, like, what? And she's like, Ginger, I've heard that before too. And it sounds like they're just like talking. you know, almost as if they're on the phone. And I'm like, yeah, that's really weird. She said she's heard it before. And it's like, as soon as she goes in her room, it stops. So just the other day, she told me that when she was going in her room, it's like, as soon as she opened the door, she felt like she was interrupting somebody. So she said, she waited. She's like, hey, I'm just going to the bathroom. And then she went on in her room and went to the bathroom and closed the door. And I guess apparently when she goes in her bedroom and she closes her bedroom door, sometimes she leaves the bathroom door open. I mean, she is in her own bedroom. She wants to leave the bathroom door open, she can. And if you hear anything in the background, it's Marty yelling and talking to the dog. But, so she felt like she had to close the bathroom door because she felt like people were in there and she had interrupted something, which I thought that was really weird. But also, me and her both seemed to agree, because we both picked up on it, that the hallway, like literally right out this door right here, has been busy. Like, you can feel the energy and feel like, I don't know, I can hear people walking like down the hall, like on the carpet, and there's nobody there. Clearly there's nobody, especially when it's just like me by myself, or, you know, I know my mom was in her bathroom because she just went into her room, and I still hear something walking up and down the hall and there's nobody here. So I don't get that. I don't know if this is like, was talking to one of my friends the other day, and I said, you know, I don't know if this is like a portal, kind of like where ghosts come in and out, or leave, or come in, or what. I don't know what it is, because it's like, I can't necessarily say, I don't think I've ever seen the same ghost twice. And I don't understand that. Before, when like I went orb hunting and like ghost hunting in this house, turned every light in the house off. Marty was in his room, my mom was in her room, and I have a camera, which I haven't started making videos on yet, but I've had it for like over a year now. It's a little Sony Handycam, like HD, whatever. It's got like night vision on it. So like I walk through the houses, you know, through this house and look at stuff like that, and I hadn't done that in a while, and I can't even remember. I have it on a disc somewhere. I never reviewed it because I had to download software and I didn't never download it or whatever. But I went through that same night, and I also took lots of pictures. And when you take photos, you can see orbs. And I know the difference between dust and orbs, blah, blah, blah. Well, I tested it. And when I went to my mom's room, there was an orb in her room. Excuse me. And what's freaky is, usually, especially if it's a dust particle, when you take a photo and I see an orb literally on the camera, I'm automatically going to take another picture to see if the orb is still there. I took a second photo and the orb is still there. It basically kind of looked like it was hovering over the back of her, or possibly standing behind her. And you're trying to scare me. It worked. Well, anyway, so it looked like it was like standing behind her or something. And it was just really weird, because I took another picture because I thought it might have been my aunt, because my aunt was her sister and she hadn't too long been passed away when I had done this. So I said, you know, Aunt so-and-so, if this is you, follow me in my room so I can take a picture and you'll be in the camera. Well, I took a picture in my room and I didn't see the orb, so I turned around, I hurried and took a picture in Mama's room, and there was no orb in there, and I took a picture in the hallway and there was nothing. So I ran all over the house again taking pictures, and I couldn't find the orb. So that was really weird. And man, there's so many things. We're almost at 10 minutes again. Another thing that's been really crazy is, like, Joseph, he's not open-minded at all. He's closed-minded. If like something picked up a chair and threw it across the room, he'd still deny what he saw. So I can't really, he's not like a believer in the paranormal or whatever. But he cannot deny some of the stuff that he has heard. Now, he has heard things, and he can verify that he heard them, which I'm not going to do that in this video. Maybe I'll do another video where he'll be like, yeah, I heard blah, 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 blah. Well, me and Joseph was standing in the living room, like we were fixing to leave or something. We were just standing there talking. Nobody else was here. And this is before we got the puppy. And all of a sudden, like the heat wasn't on, the air wasn't on, nothing was on, no doors were being opened and closed or nothing. And then all of a sudden, we heard a door close, just straight closed. I'm like, what? I said, Joseph, did you hear that? A door just closed. He's like, oh, that's probably the draft. And I said, the draft from what? I said, the heat didn't turn on, the air didn't turn on, nobody opened or closed the door. Because you know how sometimes with like an open house plan or an older house, there'll be a draft in the house. So if you pull a door closed really hard, it'll make another door close if it's almost closed itself. Yeah, there was none of that. It just straight up closed by itself. And this has happened twice before. Mama has closed her bedroom door, and then when she went back there, it was wide open. Marty's bedroom door was wide open, and then when Mama came down the hall when she was here by herself, she came down the hall to take something into his room, and his door was closed, and she had just opened it. She had just opened his door, and when she came back from the laundry room to take something to his door, it was closed. So I don't know what the deal is with any of that. It's just kind of weird. And then some of the other things that's been happening is like just seeing a lot of silhouettes. There's like one silhouette it feels kind of familiar to me. Like I don't know if it's maybe someone I know or if it's a ghost that's just been like following me around for a while. I don't really know. I feel like it's a man and he's probably in his 40s. And I get that like Western type of feel. I don't know, because all I see is a black silhouette. And I feel like it knows that I see him, but there's nothing there. I don't know. Haven't really felt anything else kind of spooky or scary. Where was I at the other day? Me and my mom was talking about something. Something had happened. And oh my gosh, I remember what it was. I'm going to have to tell that in another video because we're over 12 minutes. But yeah, stay tuned in. I'm going to do a part 3 really quick. It's going to be a short video, probably only 2 or 3 minutes long. But I don't want to keep this video going on forever. But I would like for you guys to leave it in the comments below. What do you think? Now, if you can't make a non-believer be a believer, even if they witness it on their own, they're going to think whatever they think, obviously. But, like, I don't understand how people are sensitive and other people are not. Like, how I think my mom is sensitive, and maybe that's why I'm sensitive, and I don't understand all that. Are you guys sensitive? Do you even know what that means? Like, can you just open up this, like, you know how they talk, I don't know if you know anything about this, but you have, like, a third eye right here or something, and I haven't necessarily dabbled in that. Well, I kind of have just a little, but that wasn't till like probably about 5 months ago. And well, that's kind of scary when I think about all that paranormal stuff, man, because when I read about the third eye stuff, it said you have to be careful. But anyhow, yeah, you guys leave it in the comments below. What do you think of like the third eye type of stuff and all that kind of stuff? Are you sensitive? Just let me know. And if you guys are enjoying the paranormal vlogs, leave that in the comments too. And check out the next video that I'm going to record right after this one so I won't forget. But I'm not going to post it until probably about maybe, I don't know, a week after this one debuts. So yeah, I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye.